Hi, my name is Juan Parrilla, and I'm a student in ACG 2021. Through this project, I have analyzed data and created a sales dashboard for the company Cat Manufacturing. I created a wide variety sheet that I then used to formulate a dashboard. I have a revenue by year graph in order to indicate the direction of the revenue over the last 3 years, which illustrates an increase in revenue. I then created a total sales by quarter and year graph to break down the sales into smaller categories, making it easier to interpret. I also have a revenue by category chart that allows me to see which areas are making the most revenue in a given year or quarter. Additionally, I have a chart that breaks down sales into product lines so that I can identify which products are producing the most sales. Next, I have a top customers and sales bar graph that illustrates who the top customers are, which allows me to determine who's buying the most in a given region. Lastly, I have a sales by division, which allows me to figure out which countries are generating the most sales. The map allows me to have a visual display of the data from the bar graph in the previous sheet. All the sheets come together to create this analysis dashboard. In order to determine the total sales revenue for the third quarter in 2020, I'm going to deselect 2019, go to 2020, and in the third quarter, I can see the sales revenue would be $9,142,267. Next, I want to find the total sales revenue for the medical category in the second quarter of 2021. So I'll deselect 2020, select 2021, select the medical field, and for the quarter two, there's a sales revenue of $2,246,000 and $190. Next, I want to find which product line had the highest sales in 2019 under the materials processing category. So I deselect 2021, I select 2019, and then I select materials processing. And the highest sales by product line would be Pulse YT with a sales revenue of $2,477,608. Next, I want to find what the top product line for Germany division is in 2019. 2019 is already selected, so all I have to do is select Germany, and the highest product line would also be Pulse YT. Next, in 2020, I want to find which quarter had the highest sales in the telecom category under the UK division. So, deselect Germany, select the UK division, select 2020, and telecom. Quarter three would be the highest period with sales revenue of $125,634. Next, I want to find who Cat Manufacturing's top customer in the fourth quarter of 2020 is. 2020 is already selected, so I just deselect all of these, and a top customer in the UK division, actually in 2020 for Cat Manufacturing, is the Arizona company with $1,773,541 in sales revenue. Next, I want to find who the top customer for the Russia division is in 2021. So I deselect 2020, select 2021, click on Russia, and the top customer for the Russia division would be the Sacramento Incorporation with a sales revenue of $345,173. If I were on the top management team of Cat Manufacturing and needed overall strategy questions answered, this dashboard could tell me which product lines are doing well and which ones are not. And it can tell me which countries are buying the most and which countries are not. And in order to determine where we need to focus our attention. This dashboard could also tell me if our revenue is an increasing or decreasing trend and what we need to do to fix it. This dashboard also could tell me what categories are generating the most revenue and which ones are not benefiting the company as much as they should. Thank you.